From your local election headquarters, this is Election 2023 coverage on Wood TV.
And again, first tonight, we continue to watch the votes come in as clerks from across West Michigan count ballots. We're following a number of important races in our area, and we begin with that major bond proposal for Grand Rapids Public Schools. The district seeking a 20-year, $305 million bond that would pay for upgrades throughout the district. Right now, that bond passing 14% of the vote in, but the district says they feel that they have got this election in the bag. We heard from Superintendent Adrian Roby earlier about the importance of passing this bond.
Grace, gratitude, and thank you. And so we are standing before you from our voters who have provided grace, that they believe in our school system. They believe in the future of our children. They believe in the potential. And I always humbly say from a place of gratitude that you all didn't have to do this. Our community did not have to do this. There are other communities where people don't always support. And I think it's important that we acknowledge that the citizens of Grand Rapids have said, we want to make sure that we have equity and access for every scholar. It does not matter what your zip code is, what your home language is, what your gender is. It's important that you have a rigorous, relevant education and that we create a sense of belonging.
That was Adrian Roby earlier. Also, tonight in Grand Haven, voters there being asked to support a bond proposal for that school district. Right now, with 60% of the vote in, yes votes lagging behind no votes, 58 to 42%. A second bond proposal in Grand Haven as well tonight. That on the ballot, that currently failing with 55% of the vote. In Forest Hills Central, we're watching a bond and a millage there. The bond currently passing with about 70% of the vote. As for the millage, that's also passing. Again, about 20% of the vote in there. The Kent District Library asking for a 15-year renewal of its operating millage. So far, that's passing with 79% of the vote in tonight. And in the Big Rapids area, 5 recalls were on the ballot for voters in Green Township. The recalls included the supervisor, the clerk, treasurer, and 2 trustees. They centered around the anger over the proposed Goshen EV battery plant. All 5 tonight now replaced. News 8's Taylor Morris joining us live from the Township Hall there with more on tonight's big recall vote. Taylor.
Yeah, Brian, they threw them all out. 5 members of the Green Charter Township Board are out tonight because of their support surrounding the controversial Goshen battery plant. Now, just a little bit ago, members of that board stopped by the Township Hall behind me to collect their belongings, clean out their offices. We went in there to ask them for comment, but they declined. Now, tonight's vote comes after a recall petition was filed by voters over the summer with claims the board wasn't listening to the voice of the people when it comes to Goshen. The battery plant has been a topic of discussion for months now here in northern Michigan. One man I spoke to earlier today who lives in the area said it's created a divide between residents, those who want to see the plant be built and those who want nothing to do with it. The petition was filed by voters to recall the Green Township supervisor, the clerk, treasurer, and 2 trustees. Tonight we spoke to the woman who helped start the recall petition. She says since speaking out about Goshen, she's received death threats and had signs in her yard taken down.
The new board's ready and waiting to go into effect. They want to clean up the township and actually, do some positive things for the community. Be accountable, be transparent. And we need that. We really do. And these people that are set up are amazing people. Each one of them cares. Each one of them is vested into this community. And I think they're going to do a phenomenal job.
Now, earlier today, the clerk told me the election will be certified tomorrow around 1 p.m. and the new board members could take office as soon as that certification is complete. Live in Mecosta County, Taylor Morris, News 8.
Yeah, that was one of those, Taylor, that was getting some national attention. All 5 thrown out tonight. Taylor, thank you for that live report. Voters also defeating a library millage request in Green Township, 59 to 41% there. Also tonight, a number of mayoral races across West Michigan. In Grand Haven, voters returned former Mayor Bob Manetza to office. Manetza defeating Andrea Hendricks, 61 to 39%. In Holland, the incumbent mayor there, Nathan Box, up against challenger Larry Shattuck. Box winning re-election with 100% of the vote in. In Three Rivers, Thomas Lowry will become the city's next mayor after beating Vernis Mims Jr. Also, a number of other issues across West Michigan tonight. Back in Grand Haven, voters there voting on an amendment that would dissolve the Board of Light and Power and give the city council control of that utility. That measure failed tonight, 70% to 30%. Voters in Kalamazoo County deciding whether to approve a millage that would raise funds for veteran services. That's passing, with 73% of the vote in. Voters in West Michigan also took action on a number of other millages, bonds, and other local offices. For a full list of results, you can find them right now as we have them over at woodtv.com.